Good afternoon. Please stand to welcome the class of 2019. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of Idaho State University Physician Assistant Class of 2019. The ISU PA program is taught on 3 campuses and in partnership with the College of Idaho. All campuses in both institutions are here celebrating this occasion with you. And you deserve a celebration because this day represents many years of diligent study and dedication. It also represents the support of loving families, friends, educators, and staff. So thank you all for coming here today. We are in this beautiful auditorium. It's a world-class concert hall, but one of the downsides to great acoustics is how easily small noises can become larger than intended distractions. Please take this time now to turn off your cell phones. Sorry we missed that earlier. And if you or your child becomes fussy, please consider going out to the rotunda. Most of our faculty and staff is in the audience. If you could all stand, I would like to thank you for all of your efforts in helping to train these physician assistants. Thank you. Would the class president, Allie Finney, and the 2 class representatives, Brian Sinnott and Katie Sterry, please come join us on stage. Also, please stand when I say your name. Ms. Laura McKnight, Dean of the College of Health Professions, Dr. David Douglas, College of Idaho Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tracy Collum, Associate Dean of the Graduate School, Mr. Marv Sparrow, Associate Program Director, Ms. Ann Smalley, Admissions Director, Mr. Jared Papa, a PA faculty member and the student selected speaker, Dr. Clay Campbell, a family medicine physician practicing in Mount Pelier, Idaho, Mr. Bo Clark, a 2000 graduate of Idaho State and a family PA practicing in Malad, Ms. Tamara Rowland, a certified nurse midwife practicing in Meridian and Nampa, and Ms. Holly Bauer, the very talented pianist. Thank you all for being here. And I am Paula Phelps, the program director. It's an honor to be here today, and I'm humbled by the presence of our truly remarkable students and all of these guests. And now a word from Ms. McKnight and then from Dr. Douglas.
Thank you, Paula. So my name is Laura McKnight. I'm the Dean of the College of Health Professions, and I bring you welcome and congratulations from both the college and the Division of Health Sciences. I have just a few words to share with you today. This, I know it might be kind of hard to see, but this is a plaque that I have on my wall in my home, and it's something that kind of gives me some inspiration, not on a daily basis, but frequent. And I thought I would translate this life advice into a little career advice for you. So it says, think deeply, speak gently, love much, laugh a lot, work hard, give freely, and be kind. So for thinking deeply, I think about being a lifelong learner. Julia Child said, find something you're passionate about and keep tremendously interested in it. I think about for us in the health professions, that is an expectation for us. You may feel like I've just finished all of this work, I don't want to study anymore, but that's a continuation that you'll have throughout your career to give you that cutting edge and be on the cusp of technology. Speak gently. I think of this as choosing your words wisely. Speak with actions as well as words. Use words that show compassion and consideration, respect for the listener, along with making your point. Love much. I see that very prominent in our health professions in showing compassion and empathy to those clients, patients, family members that you serve. Show gratitude, especially for those close to you who have supported you along your educational journey. Laugh a lot. Laugh at your mistakes, not the mistakes of others. Laughter is truly the best medicine. And in a recent publication from the Mayo Clinic Healthy Lifestyle newsletter, there were many benefits listed from the short and long-term effects of laughter. Work hard. Well, I would encourage you to work smart. Have a plan, a roadmap for your future. Look for stretch goals. Seek opportunities and don't wait for them to find you. Okay, give freely. This is not where I ask you for money, although you would think that that's what I would do. Maybe down the road, because I presume you have some debt that you need to pay off. But there's other ways to give, and that's through your time and your talents. This is something that you can do now. Be a preceptor. Pay it forward. The mentorship that you were gained from those who trained you, and get involved in your professional associations. Your time and your talent are as much as important as your treasures. Be kind. We're a small world in most professions, so be careful not to burn bridges. One thing that you can control is your response in sometimes uncontrollable situations. Now, I'd like to thank the family and friends of the graduates. I want to acknowledge your sacrifice, be it emotional, physical, or financial. That's parents, siblings, grandparents, spouses, significant others, children, and friends. You all share in this celebration as well. Thank you to the faculty and staff and the preceptors of this program who have taught and mentored these graduates. Through the sharing of your knowledge, experience, and dedication, the PA program is nationally recognized for the development of excellent practitioners and leaders. I finally remember in July of 1987 finishing my 47-week internship, and I remember having that calendar on the wall and every week had an X by it. I even began that last day with a half a day of clinical hours because we never want to miss a learning opportunity. It continued with the graduation celebration, somewhat similar to this, and ended that same afternoon driving back home with my apartment furnishings and a year's worth of memories. It was somewhat like finishing a novel and then thinking, now what should I read? Fortunately, I had a new job within a few weeks and went on to pass my board shortly thereafter. I imagine that you're feeling a gamut of emotions right now: appreciation, happiness, relief, worry, maybe some sadness, maybe some panic. My advice to you is to savor these moments of graduation. Celebrate your accomplishments. Reminisce and say your fond farewells to those who you might not see again for a while. Catch up on your rest before you embark on your next journey. Congratulations.
Hi folks, I'm David Douglas, Dean of the Faculty and Vice President for Academic Affairs at the College of Idaho. And I have two observations before I move into any formal remarks, which will be quite brief. The first of those is, fun fact, there is no studio monitor up here that directs the song back to the platform party, so we really can't hear a thing that the speakers are saying. So my first thought was I should ask you all to dab or some such thing that would really mystify non-verbally the platform party. And then my second thought was perhaps it's not the wisest move to prank the platform party at the beginning of a formal ceremony like this, which I guess is a way of saying my second thought is always better than my first thought. And the second thing that I thought to say off script was I not only work at the College of Idaho, but I also live about 2 blocks, a little less than 2 blocks from West Hall, where the College of Idaho version takes place. And I keep brutal hours because I'm not especially efficient. I just need a lot of time to grind out the work that I do. And I've seen the hours that you put in, early, late, all hours of day, night, weekends. And I would just say from my observations of your cohort, you're just remarkable. Remarkable in your work ethic, remarkable in your achievement. More to say about that just now. So what I had thought to say was, first of all, on behalf of the College of Idaho that I get to represent, it's my pleasure to welcome the graduates and their families, faculty and staff, and of course the platform party. I also wish to offer a special shout out to the Yotes in the audience, those students who pursued their studies at the Caldwell campus, including Dove and Taylor, who came up through the undergraduate ranks as well. By way of this remarkable partnership between the College of Idaho and Idaho State, along with amazing IT support, this program has made it possible for students in all 3 locations spread across the state of Idaho to form a single class. And that achievement, along with many others celebrated today, warrants a special mention. I'm always struck by the curious anachronistic quality of these kinds of ceremonies, right? Commencement, with our black robe formality and a complicated signification and the apparently random appropriation of academic symbols drawn from across disparate cultures and hundreds of years. It's as if we're all participating in a polyester and velvet cosplay, one in which the stories of origin have long been forgotten. But the important truth that lies beneath our caps and our gowns, a ritual enactment, is the desire to set this moment of recognition apart from the continuity of experience that consumes and elides our lives. It's a stratagem against time, a way of marking this achievement, your achievement, apart from the hustle and flow of lived experience. Like the path of an arrow or the arc of a diver, the apogees and the perigees of our lives are too easily overlooked and forgotten on our fixation on our next target or our next goal. But this moment is a culmination of an extraordinary effort. You have made an investment of time, of money, of effort, endured self-imposed stress and sleeplessness. All that may soon be forgotten, may already have faded from your thoughts, except for the student loans, which will serve as a reminder of your achievement for many years to come. In the main, though, the memory of your Herculean effort will soon fade, and this commencement ceremony is our struggle against forgetfulness, our insistence that your achievement matters. It's too easy to conceive of your achievement in individual terms, as yours alone. And of course, it implicates not only you, but your family, your friends, and your community. But the fiduciary duty and the moral obligation of any medical education is not to you alone, but to the patients you will serve. Seen from this perspective, you're not the consumer of your education, but its product. And what remarkable products you are. We'll have you walk across the stage and shake all of our hands, not only to illustrate the spread of contagious disease and contact dermatitis, but also so we may participate symbolically in this moment, in your achievement, in all the good that you will do during your careers to come. We are so very proud of you and everything that you have done to reach this moment. Thank you for your achievement and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Allie Finney. I'm class president. I would like to introduce our next speaker. It's Jared Papa. Jared is a physician assistant as well as an instructor at the Meridian campus. Our class selected Jared to speak today about his experiences as a physician assistant, and we are eager to hear his advice, as we have always enjoyed Jared from his lectures to his dance moves.
You know, I got the request from Allie to wear my white pants today, but I didn't want to get fired, so I chose something a little more for the situation. But wow, can you believe it? You are a PA. Isn't that great to say? In fact, let's make it official, all right? Everybody in the audience, let's shout out PA 3 times. Ready? On my count of 3, everybody. PA, ready? 1, 2, 3. PA! 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 Now what's that spell? PA Papa! I've always wanted the crowd to cheer for me and shout my name. I had to get it somehow. All kidding aside, it really is a gift to be here and celebrate this accomplishment with you. Can you think back a few years ago when you were interviewing for PA school? One of the common questions at that time is, why do you want to be a PA? And the more common answer to that question happens to be, I want to be a PA because I care about people, and I want to make a difference in the world. Well, now it's your turn. Let me share with you 4 keys to how you as a PA can change the world. Key number 1, if you want to change the world as a PA, make the effort to connect with your patients. Just a month ago, I was standing in my pediatric clinic next to your classmate, Kira Basales, and she turned to me and she enthusiastically said, I can't wait to see this next patient. She then explained that the next patient happened to be a 2-year-old girl who had Down syndrome. I was shocked because I had seen this little girl, whom we'll call Stacy, when she was an infant. And at that visit, her foster mom told me not to get connected to Stacy because she was going to die in just a few weeks. Stacy was born with a congenital heart defect, atrial septal defect, as well as 3rd-degree heart block, congestive heart failure, pulmonary hypertension, renal insufficiency, and the list went on. And she wasn't supposed to live beyond 1 year. As you might imagine, Stacy was pretty fearful of medical providers because she'd been in and out of clinics all her life. But the day that Kira walked into the room for the first time to meet Stacy, Stacy ran up to Kira, climbed on her knee, gave her a big hug, and kissed her on the cheek. The staff and the mother were just shocked to see Stacy do this. Stacy showed love for Kira, and Kira and Stacy made a positive patient-provider connection. If you want to change the world as a PA, make every effort to connect to your patients. Key number 2, if you want to change the world as a PA, find a mentor and do all you can to learn from them. Your classmate Carolyn Lee had her very first rotation at our pediatric clinic, and she was a superstar from the beginning. In fact, she started on Monday, and on Wednesday when I was in clinic, I had all the medical staff, even Dr. Dombrowski, who was a preceptor, chirping in my ear about this amazing new PA student named Carolyn. I already knew she was amazing, but I just agreed with them. But one of the things that was so impressive about Carolyn is that she immediately recognized the value of her preceptor and Dr. Dombrowski and did all she could to learn from her. Dr. Dombrowski has been a pediatrician for probably 50 years. I might be exaggerating just a little bit, but she is a fountain of knowledge, and she has experiences that cannot be matched. And Carolyn recognized that and did all she could to glean every ounce of wisdom from Dr. Dombrowski. Number 2 is, if you want to change the world as a PA, find a mentor and do all you can to learn from them. Key number 3, if you want to change the world as a PA, when you get to that point where there's nothing else you can do for a patient, share compassion. In February of this year, your classmate Dove Rainbow and I sat across from a man in his 20s in the heat of the Dominican Republic. This man was frail, thin, and cachectic. He had type 1 diabetes, but he was so weak he couldn't work. Therefore, he did not have money, and he could not buy food or insulin. Dove wanted to do all she could for this man, and she was heartbroken when I told her that as a short-term medical mission, we didn't carry insulin with us. Dove was overwhelmed, and she briefly stepped away, tearfully, to gain her composure. And then I was so impressed. Dove came back and sat right across from the man and leaned in and genuinely shared her concern with him. It seemed like something so simple, but the impact was impressive. Her compassion allowed the man to feel uplifted and loved and cared for, and the desire to carry on. If you want to change the world as a PA, when you get to that point where you can't do anything else for a patient, step in their shoes and share compassion. Key number 4, if you want to change the world as a PA, focus your attention on your patient. In January of 2017, my wife and I were blindsided when our third son was diagnosed with a potentially life-threatening condition called adrenal insufficiency. Our world was tipped upside down. Fear, worry, uncertainty about what was going to happen to our little boy just overwhelmed us. And then one of the greatest lessons of my professional life occurred. Through a series of miracles, we were connected to Dr. Bruce Boston, the leading pediatric endocrinologist at Oregon Health Sciences University in Portland. In less than 24 hours of learning of our plight, he opened up his schedule for an appointment for us. At that appointment, he spent over 2 hours sharing with us everything he knew, addressing all of our concerns and questions, and focusing specifically on our son. I walked out of that appointment and every other appointment with Dr. Boston realizing that there is power when you take the time to focus on your patient one at a time. In summary, if you want to change the world as a PA, number 1, make every effort to connect with your patients. Number 2, find a mentor and learn all you can from them. Number 3, when you get to that point where there's nothing else you can do, share compassion. And number 4, put your patients first and focus on them. Let me conclude with the inspiring words of President Woodrow Wilson. I quote, "You are not here merely to earn a living. You are here to enable the world to live more amply, with a greater vision, with a finer vision of hope and achievement. You are here to enrich the world, and you impoverish yourself if you forget that errand." End quote. Don't forget, don't ever forget, you are here to enrich the world. Graduates, welcome to the world of PAs. Congratulations.
I would now like to ask Eric Baylor, Nicole Thomas, and Paige Buer to join me on stage. These students will be announcing the 2019 Walter A. Stein Outstanding Educator Awards. Mr. Stein was the inaugural program director of this program. His legacy as an educator lives on in these individuals.
Clay Campbell graduated from the University of Oklahoma School of Medicine. He is board certified in family medicine and has a private practice in Montpelier, Idaho. He is dedicated to giving back and has been a preceptor for Idaho State University since 2000. In addition, he has precepted PAs, NPs, and med students from various other institutions. He has received numerous awards, including Family Medicine Residency of Idaho Outstanding Alumni in 2013. He has served and currently serves on numerous professional boards and committees. He is an active member of the community, through volunteer services and community support. In his spare time, he likes to ride horses, likes water sports on Bear Lake, and likes to read. But quite honestly, I don't think he has much spare time. In addition to his busy family practice, he also sees inpatients at the hospital, covers the emergency department, attends to patients in the long-term care facility, and even squeezes in an occasional surgery. As preceptor for my first rotation, he provided a fast and furious introduction to clinical medicine. He is a great mentor and leader for everyone around him, and is greatly loved and respected by his patients, colleagues, and friends. It is my honor to introduce Idaho State University PA Program's MD Preceptor of the Year, Dr. Clay Campbell.
Wow, thank you very much. What a day. This is fantastic. And welcome family and friends from presumably many faraway places, I would suppose. Just wanted to go over a couple of things. Hopefully I won't get a shoe thrown at me for taking more time than I was told to take. If you're anything like me, when I graduated medical school, you probably feel that you got this. I know everything I need to know. I think this is easy now. I get it. Your education is just starting. I know I felt that way when I started my practice in Montpelier, and I just realized in talking to some of the other presenters that it was 25 years ago today that I opened my doors in my practice. You have a lot that you're going to be learning in the coming years. This is where your real education is going to take place. You're going to learn a lot more about medicine. You're going to learn all the nuances that you thought you already knew. And you're going to learn a lot about the art of medicine. That is the part that I think is hardest to teach. So your education is really just beginning. A couple other points a couple other pearls I wanted to throw out to you all as you are graduating. This is something that I was told by a wizened family physician at an Indian Health Service hospital I spent 4 to 6 weeks at my 4th year of medical school in Sisseton, South Dakota. He said, the longer you stay, the longer you stay. I understand that very well at this point. And the point to that, at least to me, was you got to be careful. You got to make sure that you try and find that balance, which I have yet to find, as the students who've been with me quickly realize. I spent a lot of hours at work. I've always assumed that I have created a balance, but it's an ongoing process. And a lot of times if you're staying at the office, the clinic, hospital, wherever, there's always that, oh, by the way, hey, doc, can you do this? Oh, Dr. Campbell, hey, we've got a patient of yours here. There's always one more thing. The longer you stay around in that clinical setting, it seems like the longer you end up staying. And that becomes a choice. And that's the other little pearl that I've always said, and that is nature abhors a vacuum. That kind of piggybacks on that, I think, at least in my life it does, and that is when there's those moments of time, those days when there isn't much going on, whatever time you've carved out, something will fill it. So be mindful of that not not only the longer you stay, but that when you do have gaps in your schedule, whether unintentional or intentional, something is likely to fill it if you don't plan something to fill that space. So it really is okay to not only take some time off or have that moment to read a book, to do nothing. That's something that I've found really hard to do, as the students who've been with me sort of realize, I guess, at this point. But make sure that you take care of yourselves, take care of your families, take the needed time that you need. Something is going to fill that time, and you might as well put that on your schedule, what you want to fill that time with. So anyway, congratulations. Thank you for having faith in me as a preceptor, and I look forward to the next class coming in to help them get to the position that you all are in. So congratulations.
Today I get the opportunity and honor to not only introduce one of my preceptors, in which I got the opportunity to learn from during my clinical rotations, but also our physician assistant preceptor of the year. He's a native Idahoan from Preston, Idaho, and is a fellow graduate from the Idaho State University PA program in 2000. Since then, he's had almost 20 years of experience in several specialties, including urology, emergency medicine, and family medicine. And he's currently working at Oneida County Clinic in Malad, Idaho. Not only is he a talented PA, but what impacted me the most during my rotation with him was the fact that he developed a relationship with each of his patients. They were more than just an 11 o'clock appointment. He was invested into their health care. And because of this, each one of them trusted his ability and knowledge. So I'd like to introduce you this year's Physician Assistant Preceptor of the Year, Bo Clark.
Well, I think I'm a little nervous. I left the wrong speech at home. I brought my Academy Award speech. So bear with me, I'm going to wing it. It's truly an honor to be honored by my alma mater, and specifically being awarded an award named after the director of the program when I went through. Seems like a long time ago, 19 years ago, I was sitting in your seats. I think what really matters is how much you care. And I think if you care, your patients will feel it, and they'll be taken care of, and they'll have good care for them. It doesn't matter how smart you are, because you're all intelligent or you wouldn't be here today. I know how hard you've worked, having been there myself. And the work continues, but this is just one step. I thank you for this honor. I'd like to thank the faculty and the staff for the honor also, but most importantly, you students. I really enjoy taking students, and I plan on continuing to take students. I think it's unfair, because I think I learn more from you than you do from me. So enjoy your day. This is your day. This is about you guys. Congratulations.
Hi everyone. So today I have the honor of introducing the Advanced Practice Nursing Preceptor of the Year. This individual is a certified nursing midwife. She comes from New York. She started as a volunteer doula, then obtained a bachelor's in psychology, followed by a bachelor's in nursing. She then went on to get a master's in nursing, and then in 2013 she completed her midwifery training at Frontier Nursing University, and she has also since then completed a nursing leadership fellowship at Duke. During my OBGYN rotation, she emphasized the midwifery model of being with women, giving them information to make the informed decisions, and then being supportive in their care. Her words and actions during my rotation supported these beliefs, and she had excellent communication and clearly explained what to accept in upcoming appointments. It is my pleasure to introduce Tamara Rowland and honor her with the Preceptor of the Year and the Advanced Practice Nursing category.
Thank you. I guess I'm speaking by peer pressure. I just wanted to thank you all. I'm honored to be accepting this award today. Congratulations to all of you. I can't wait to see all the good that you'll do in the world. My biggest advice to you is to remember that you're human. You're not perfect. You're going to fail. Love those failures, because in those failures, that's who you're going to learn who you are as a provider, and it's going to make you a better person and a better caregiver overall. Again, congratulations and thank you.
Hi, it's me again. So, I'm Allie, class president. Where we are today was once only a dream, one that we weren't sure would ever come to fruition. We sacrificed so much, put ourselves through absolute turmoil at times to get here. We have conquered fears, gotten extremely uncomfortable, made friends, lost friends. We survived what we occasionally, if not often, thought to be impossible. Probably cried our eyes out a time or two, me a few times more. But we finally made it. It's gone from this impossible dream to over in a blink of an eye. We've done it. We're medical providers. We are physician assistants. So, not to be entirely cheesy, but this is a graduation speech after all. I think the greatest accomplishment may be how we have grown as individuals in the last 2 years. We came from all over the country, from big cities such as Boston, Miami, from the Midwest, California, and the Pacific Northwest. Forced together in this pressure cooker called PA school, with entirely different personalities, beliefs, and experiences. I mean, this is the basis for several reality TV shows, so you can imagine how much growing pains we shared over the stressful months with our dreams on the line. We spent well over 40 hours a week together for an entire year, cramped in one lecture hall. For those of us that had classmates as roommates or had classmates as neighbors, that quickly became 120 hours a week, if not every waking hour. These are total strangers we had no role in selecting, with often nothing obvious in common, but they became our family and helped raise us, in a sense, as we navigated this challenging journey. The stress we were under, it pushed us. It broke us from time to time, and we were stronger for it. We fought each other, we drove each other insane at times, some more than others. Our insecurities and weaknesses under pressure manifested in unpredictable, possibly embarrassing ways, but we never stopped supporting each other through school and on our journeys. We uniquely understood each other's experience in ways no one outside our class would. While one of us may handle stress by stirring pots and pushing buttons, another may retreat. We learned how to talk it out, to communicate, to be understanding of others' differences, and learn from that. For every insane moment we went through, whether it was PA school-induced or self-induced mishandling of stress, it was necessary for us in order to grow as an individual and ultimately as a provider. In fact, I think PA school, while teaching us medicine, was secretly teaching us to handle difficult patients by making us handle each other. So in closing, don't dismiss this accomplishment as graduating PA school. I have personally found myself to do that with other accomplishments I've had, but this one's huge. Cherish it. We've completed our undergraduate degrees. We've jumped through all the infinite PA school application hoops. I've wiped a lot of butts. And when we got into our PA school program, we survived that first semester of millions of tests. We persisted through modules and tests every Monday without a second to breathe. We made it through a grueling and lonesome clinical year, and now many of us have jobs, or dream jobs even. Many people dream of this moment as we have and do not get to walk across the stage. Not everyone can accomplish what we have done. You guys are so dedicated, smart, and deserving of this degree, so relish in this moment and be proud. I'm so excited to see where we all go and what we do. We did it. Congrats.
I was going to take this a little bit more seriously, but hi, this is Brian from Caldwell speaking. All right. I'd like to thank everyone here. You were all integral in getting us to today. The faculty and our supportive staff, honestly, the time and the energy you put in, we've appreciated it. To our office moms who replied to all of our late night emails, thank you. To our teachers, thank you not only for what you brought to class, but also for what you did outside of class, for all the grading, and for all the class prep work, thank you. For all the people who were part of our distance learning tech crew, I don't think we would have made it anywhere if we didn't have you. So thank you for all your hard work and keeping us together and connected. I'd like to thank Caldwell. Thank you all for giving me the chance to be your representative. Together, having worked with you, seeing each of you struggle and succeed, I realized through this whole coursework, ambitious and arduous as it was, I realized that, honestly, I was probably the least suited of us to do it. Watching each of you every day, I was amazed and in awe of everything you guys did. Whether it was watching you be both a student and a superhero parent, Whether it was seeing you go to class, study, take that exam, and then go back to studying for the test the next day, or just taking a break and playing ping pong. Honestly, I appreciated every moment of you. So thank you for all your hard work and the chance to get to know each and every one of you. I say that for Caldwell, but I also mean that for the other campuses, each and every one of you. For Meridian, your energy helped carry us through our days, even when they were tough. For Pocatello, for your kindness and your smiles and your humor, you helped carry us through each day too, even when it got hard. And for those days that it got hard, I looked back at our family and the people that we love. Some of us had to spend hours driving back and forth just to see each other. And some of us had to wait weeks or even months just to see the faces that we loved and we cared about. So thank you for your love and your sacrifice. It meant everything to us. You were part of what made us who we are today. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Britt. Thank you to my brother. Thank you, guys. We did it. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Katie Ster. I was the class representative for Pocatello. I was asked to come up and kind of sum up the last 2 years from the Pocatello perspective within 3 minutes, which is pretty impossible, but I'm gonna do my best. I remember walking to the Red Hill building on our first day of orientation. I felt like a 27-year-old kindergartner because I was so nervous to meet the people that I was gonna spend so much time with. There's a panel of students from the previous year brought in to tell us what to expect in the coming year and provide us with survival tips. They went on and on about their class and how they became family and how upset they were to leave them to start clinical year. And one of the students started crying, talking about her time in her program, and all I could think was, man, these people are nuts, and clearly didactic year has rendered them unstable. Flash forward 3 months when I officially became known as one of the 2 class priors and standing before you doing my best to hold it together while bidding these weirdos farewell. I know how right that crazy lady was. The past 2 years were so full of frustration and tears and stress eating. They're also so full of life. We've had engagements, weddings, pregnancies, and births of new family members. We've lost loved ones, missed precious moments with our families and friends, and endured long-distance relationships. But success is no accident. It's the product of sacrifice and hard work. And today we can look forward knowing that in the end, the juice was worth the squeeze. So with all this being said, I'd like to extend some thank yous. Thank you to our families, friends, and for some of us, our bartenders, for getting us through the last 2 years. I think I speak for all of my classmates when I say that your support has been invaluable. Thank you to our instructors for putting in precious hours lecturing to us, even when we had that 2 p.m. glossy stare going on. For putting up with Pocatello when we caused what I'm sure sums up to hours of silence by refusing to speak on the mics. And for not calling us out when we were all miraculously able to visualize the optic disc on fundoscopic exams during pass-offs. Lastly, I would like to thank my classmates. Spending almost every waking moment with a group of people and sharing in the same struggle allowed us to all become so close within an unrealistically short time. I've learned so much from you all that I would never have found in a book or in a PowerPoint. I've learned that laughter truly is the best medicine, especially when you're feeling cripplingly overwhelmed and near a psychotic break. That pronunciation really is important, especially when trying to say cookie in Spanish. That California girls, while enthusiastic, are not exactly the best bird watchers. And that together with the right group of people, we can accomplish what seems impossible. Time spent with you all has been some of the most fun and hysterical of my life, and since we know, based on women giving birth more than once, that pain is quickly forgotten, I will always look back on the last 2 years as some of the best. I will miss this weird family of ours, and I can't wait to see where life takes you all. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the boosters black to match. Riding on a horse, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch. Now can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side. And now you
So we talked all night about the rest of our lives. Where we're gonna be when we turn 25. Keep thinking times will never
receive your certificates and what you came here for. I want to tell you a little bit about the significance of these things. Today you'll receive a certificate of training and an academic degree. You may wonder why these two things. The history of the PA profession goes back to the Vietnam War. The first physician assistants were ex-Navy corpsmen who received additional training that built on the skills and experience of the battlefields. This training was awarded a certificate of completion. As the profession evolved, the degrees were also earned and awarded, but the root of our profession is in that certificate. Today you will be awarded the certificate from the PA program, and the academic degree will be conferred upon you by the academic institutions as represented by Dr. David Douglas, College of Idaho, Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dr. Tracy Collum, Idaho State University, Associate Dean of the Graduate School. An audience, I ask if you could please hold your applause until all graduates have returned to their seats. Graduates, please stand one row at a time and then come forward when your name is called.
I don't know, guys. Looked like you had an awful lot of fun to me. Eric, just a little housekeeping. Eric, Nicole, and Paige, if you wouldn't mind sharing your comments with the honorees. We can't really hear what was said, and so it would be nice if they had your comments. The best part of my position as the admissions director is extending offers to applicants. This could be considered a calling of names as it is an invitation extended to you to start the program. We've now come full circle. As you graduate and prepare to leave the program, I have the honor of calling your names to invite you to receive your hoods and certificates of completion. Ryan N. Atwood. Eric Z. Baylor. Jared Anthony Bradford. Alexa Michelle Brooks. Jeffrey Martin Brown. Paige Nicole Buer. Mackenzie Rose Pumba. Catherine Nicole Cook. Jared Thomas Courtright. Daniel Glenn Michael Dean. Ashley Lynn Marie Eischen. Daniil Leonidovich Fakrutinov. Allie Nicole Finney. Taylor N. Bowers. Kirsten Fremantle. Mark Aaron Friedman. Robert Eric Gilbert. Kristen Nicole Hawkins. Riley Clark Hawkins. Caitlin Elise MacDonald. Matthew John Mao. Kimberly McPhee. Brittany Marlene Metza-Turner. Jeremy Scott Mehu. Megan Elizabeth Nelson. Marley Ray Nielsen. Allison B. Oblock. Josiah O. Owinyo. Lauren Park. Holly Suzanne Peterson. Scott Mackenzie Plants. Robert Rob Monroe Poutre. Dove Buffalo Rainbow. Grace Bond Russell. Nicholas Carlson Reiser. Natalie Marie Sanchez. Stacy S. Shaw. Audrey L. Shipley. Brian D. Sinnott. Gregory McMahon Smith. Jamie Michelle Sommerfeld. Haley Nicole Spillane. Caitlin Rose Sterry. Michael D. Stoll. Catherine Marie Tabarachi. Nicole Lynn Thomas. Kira Vazalis. Erica Anderson Wright. Jillian Johannes. We would also like to recognize those that are not in attendance: Samuel Joseph Cahill, Bailey Marie Holland, John D. Claridge, Andrea Jean Conway, Jessica Alexandra Cruz, L.V. Ben Hicks, Jeffrey Stephen Hunter, Christina Elizabeth King, Carolyn Lee, Adam Allen Marfus, Antonio Dante Marino, Mitchell Allen Mayfield, Giovanna Di Mezza, Brenda Tyler Moores, Hannah Colleen Osterman, Renee Leilani Klein, Sarah Rim, Donald Eugene Sanford, Sudha Subramaniam, Samuel Merritt Ubelacher, and Hillary Zitlau.
face your family and friends, I present to you the class of 2019. And just in case you thought you were done, you're not. Go ahead, sit back down. I get to say my last piece to y'all. When you started the PA program in the fall of 2017, I had just returned from a 10-month sabbatical focused on medical Spanish. As you recall, at the end of my sabbatical, I lived in Spain for 2 months, studying intensive Spanish and hiking the Primitivo route of the El Camino de Santiago. I hiked a section of the Camino that is 1,000 years old and over 200 miles long. The walk started at the Cathedral of Oviedo and ended at the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, where the remains of St. James are entombed. I know I've told you about the trip before. You even received a photo of the El Camino graffiti, an infinity sign arrow with a Camino pilgrim. To me, the artist's message is to continue the Camino forever, and so as you start your new journey as practicing physician assistants, here are my 5 El Camino pearls for you. Number 1, pace yourselves. Number 2, serve others. Number 3, be curious. Number 4, choose your companions well. And finally, number 5, have faith in yourself and encourage others along the way. Number 1, pace yourself. There's no doubt that you're going to be working hard, but in order to maintain your own health, energy, and desire to continue to work hard, you must constantly strive to maintain and sustain balance in your life. Regularly take time to relax and rejuvenate. Also practice the healthy habits that you want your patients to practice. The EBM professor in me wants to remind you of a way to both prevent and to treat burnout. Researchers taught burned out, stressed out, and depressed physicians, PAs, and nurse practitioners how to practice mindfulness-based stress reduction. And by doing that, just 10 to 15 minutes a day, there was a significant improvement in their symptoms in just 3 weeks. And it was maintained for over 9 months. Along with meditation, we also know the types of foods we eat and how much we exercise makes a difference in our own wellness, but it actually makes a difference in the wellness of our patients as well. So, continue to live well and in turn be able to work well. Number 2, serve others. Service should be at the heart of what motivates us every day and in everything we do. It's an honor and a privilege to take care of patients. Be good stewards of this honor. Also look for ways you can take your skills to those who can't afford them, whether it's volunteering at a local free clinic or going on a medical mission with us to the Dominican Republic or wherever you want, but go on a medical mission. And please consider serving the PA students who follow you by agreeing to be a preceptor. Number 3, always be curious. Be curious about your patients. Be curious about new things to learn. No matter what your age or your career stage, continue to be curious about new developments in medicine. This is lifelong learning. Do you remember going to the medical conference in Sun Valley? We all learned about lifestyle medicine, the new medical specialty that incorporates evidence-based practice, diet, exercise, and healthy living to not only prevent chronic diseases, but also as an effective treatment as well. I became curious about that. I learned more, and now I'm taking courses and hope to be certified as an American College of Lifestyle Medicine professional. When you hear something, get curious, learn more, and use your CME budget to do that. There you go. Choose your companions well. This is in 3 parts, so pay attention. A supervising physician should be someone you respect both medically and personally. You should feel like that person has your back. I have always said I could work in any field of medicine if those things are in place. They are more important than any other aspect of a clinical job. Find a mentor, someone who can be your guide along the journey. Mentors are extremely important in our professional development and can also be the go-to person when things get tough. Choose your Camino or your running partners well. Over the years, my regular running partners have usually been other health professionals from a variety of disciplines different than my own: athletic training, psychiatry, pharmacy, critical care medicine. And at 5:30 in the morning, or 6:30 this morning with Rachel, but at 5:30 this morning, while running in the Pocatello trails, we bounce questions off each other, learn from one another, and most importantly, have fun. Number 5, finally, have faith in yourself and encourage others along the way. You're very well prepared for your journey. On the El Camino, people would say Buen Camino or Ultrea. Buen Camino is both a greeting to another pilgrim and also a blessing for the trip. Ultrea is encouraging the person to keep going. Sometimes the journey is long and tiring, and we need to remember, we've got this. We can do it. Your class is so special to me. It's one of my truly, sorry, I don't know whose this is, but I'm gonna drink it. Jennifer Forbes always said you can't cry and drink water at the same time. Your class is so special to me. It is truly one of my favorites, and I will miss you all. I love that some of you prefer white goats to white coat ceremonies, and that you taught me the phrase, embrace the suck, when it's time for each of us to dig deep and persevere. 2 weeks ago, you were in clinical rotations. Today, you are graduating. Soon you will take your boards and start clinical practice. Please remember those who helped to train you and to repay that training by giving back to the profession and training other PA students. We all owe our careers to those who came before us and to those who trained and mentored us. Remember each patient we see as the ultimate teacher. Be sure to thank them as well. And so I say to you all on this special day, Buen Camino and Ultrea. Thank you for coming today and celebrating the accomplishments of these wonderful individuals. After the graduates have exited the auditorium, please join us in the rotunda for light refreshments. The graduates will meet us there after they have taken their class photograph and the group photographs for the Latino Health Track and the Spanish for Health Professions. And again, I present to you the class of 2019, and I welcome you as my colleagues. Thank you very much.